I'm what they call a pantser. So in order for me to write a book, I get a sliver of an idea, and then I just start typing. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea how it's going to end. As a matter of fact, the entire reason I'm writing the book is because I want to know what happens just as much as my readers, and I'm often just as surprised as my readers. I think people are going to say one thing and they say another, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's who did it. Oh my God, that's what happened. It's like, it's fascinating for me. I absolutely love it. I base some of my characters on things that happen to people. I don't know what to do with somebody. My daughter comes home and says to me, gee, Mom, I went skydiving. And I went, that's it. He's a skydiver. And the next chapter gets written, and that's it. And the next scene happens, and it's just a lot of fun. It's when you don't know what's going to happen as a writer, as a pantser, it's a lot of fun writing your book. And I was asked, does everything that happens in my book happen in real life? Not really. Every once in a while, somebody has done something that winds up in the book. I'm not saying who, I'm not saying when, but for the most part, it's just one big surprise. I haven't a clue, and I just love discovering as I write along. It's a lot of fun.
I do work with an agent. Her name is Jill Marcel with Marcel Lyon. She's able to get me like some maybe traditional deals where working as myself as an indie author, I wouldn't be able to do that. She can also go more in depth with the deals and maybe negotiate different parts of the contract, things that I might not think of to add in. So she's very good with helping me with that. I have a book series called the Black Falcon series. It's a rocker romance. It has 4 full-length novels, 2 novellas in it. It centers around one rock band, but each book is about a different guy in the band.
My books are told in alternate point of views between the male and the female protagonists, so I have to write both sides. And for me, it's more about finding the emotional connection with the characters. Once you have that, you can inhabit the character and learn how they feel, how they think, and how they act. I'm very fortunate because my critique group is mostly women. I'm the only man, and they help me out with some details. But it's not much different than a woman author writing a male protagonist. I love magic, and I love London, I love Seattle, where I live. So I wrote Singularity, the Modern Witches series, which is the story of a modern-day witch who goes from London to Seattle to try and find the singularity, the most powerful witch alive. While there, she meets evil witches who try to sabotage her, and also a very smart, very fit young man. So the question is, will she find the singularity, or maybe she'll find love?
I translated my first book, Playing with Matches, into German by contacting a translator myself. Everything that I do, I kind of do through an organic means. I want to meet people, do it through relationship. And so in the back of my mind, I've always wanted to get this book translated because it's set in Germany, and it's in World War II. It's about the Hitler Youth. It's about a boy just growing up, becoming a man when all of this other stuff is going on around him. My husband is a musician in Germany, and I actually met Claudia de Hinton through him. She's also a musician and a songwriter, and she was doing some recording. But we found out as we became friends that we shared a passion for writing. And so we began to talk, and then I asked her if she'd ever translated and if she'd be interested in translating for me. And she actually did little pieces of promo and stuff for me first. And so she said, yeah, I've never done it before, but it's something that I'd really like to do. And I knew she was really brilliant and creative, so I thought I would take a chance with her. And she began to translate it, and when she was finished, I hired an editor in Germany, and she read through it. She read the English and the German, and she said it was a very good translation, and so I was happy about that. With Claudia, because both of us were brand new at it, I actually asked her if she'd be willing to do it with me as a 50-50 royalty split. And so I provided the content, she's providing the translation, and we're both taking equal risk on how it's going to do, and we're all both shouldering the responsibility to market it as well. And so it's an exciting venture. You know, I have reviews coming in now for the German version. It's called Gefährlich das Zettel. And one of the reviewers also said that, who reads a lot of my books, she said that none of the story was lost in the translation. So I will continue to work with Claudia in some of my other books for German translation.
So what if my latest novel has been sold to Grand Central Publishing in the United States, and having the experience of working with such a well-known publisher has been an amazing experience as far as the marketing and the support and being able to see my book all over in bookstores and online. So I've enjoyed the experience tremendously and going through that publishing process with them. It's a young adult crossover into a new adult because of the age range going from childhood to college. But it's about friends and the camaraderie that you build as children and what happens to those relationships as you grow. Young love and first loves and just becoming the person that you want to be and not the person people expect you to be. I have just recently been working with a production team out of London to film the first of my Breathing series trilogy, and it's going to be done independently. So what it is the experience itself is different because I'm a partner in the experience. I'm one of the screenwriters, I'm one of the producers. I get a say in all the creative aspects of the film, and so we're bringing the book to life. So we're not leaving out any of the important parts that oftentimes get left out when you're adapting a book to film. And that's the unique experience about this. And it's going to be a completely interactive experience for the readers as well, so that they can see the creation of it before it's released. So we're keeping everyone involved from beginning to end. And I'm so excited to get that launched. But as anything happens in Hollywood or London, I suppose, it takes some time. So we're patiently awaiting all the final steps before we can actually do the production process. But I will let everyone know as things happen when they happen.
I started Lalone Marketing in early 2012, and actually Rebecca Donovan was one of my major clients, and through her and relationships with her and Gillian Dodd and other well-known authors like Colleen Hoover's, Abby Klein's, authors like that, we started doing a lot of book signing events throughout the US and now in the UK. And one thing that I've really noticed is that the authors have really banded together. They're very good business women. So on top of being authors, they're very connected with one another. They're very good, of course, with networking with one another, but I find that events, they see this as the perfect opportunity to really have face-to-face interaction with their fans, and they love it. So just as much as the fans love seeing them, the authors love seeing the fans. And then the authors also get a chance to talk business with one another, and really, I think they really see each other. They would never say that they're one another's competitors. They always say that they're peers with each other, which is fantastic. And I think they've really have grown with one another and been able to really hone their business as an author by utilizing the trials and tribulations of one another. And it's really great what they're able to do with each other. And to see it come together through an event is always a fantastic thing.